Hey everyone, welcome back to my studio. Today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind a lot lately, the importance of trying something new. As artists, it's so easy to get stuck in a routine, using the same techniques, colors or styles over and over again. And while there's comfort in it, there's also a huge risk of stagnation. But here's the thing, real growth happens when we step outside of our comfort zones. This weekend I had a moment where I really had to push myself to try something new, and honestly I was a little bit scared at first. But by the end of it I would create something I absolutely loved. So let's talk about that process, why experimenting is so essential for growth as an artist. Let me start by telling you about the painting I worked on this weekend. At first I was so excited to get started. I had this clear vision in my head of what I wanted to create and I poured hours into it. But when I stepped back to look at it, something felt off. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. It felt boring, like it was missing something, and I kept staring at it, trying to figure out what was wrong, and honestly, I felt a bit stuck. In moments like that, it's really tempting to just leave the piece as it is. After all, I had already spent so much time on it, and there's always that fear that if I keep going, I might make it worse. But deep down I knew that if I didn't try something different, I would never be happy with that. And honestly, what's the worst that could happen? Even if I messed it up, I would learn something valuable for the next piece. So I decided to go for it. I grabbed some supplies I don't usually use, different textures, some new brushes, even a few colors I normally avoid. And at first it felt a little bit uncomfortable. It's hard to explain, but there's this weird sense of vulnerability when you're trying something unfamiliar. You're putting yourself out there, not knowing if it will work. So I started adding layers and more details, and at one point I even thought, okay, this is it, I've completely ruined it. But I kept going. I think that's the key, pushing through that phase where everything feels messy and uncertain. That's where the magic happens. By the time I finished, I couldn't believe how much I loved the result. It went from being a painting I was ready to give up onto one of my favorite pieces I've ever done. Even though I didn't change so much about my techniques, it was still a step out of my comfort zone. I think one of the biggest reasons we're afraid to try new things is because we don't want to ruin something we've already put so much effort into. But the truth is, holding back often does more harm than good. When you're too scared to take risk, you're also holding yourself back from discovering what you're truly capable of. Trying something new isn't just about improving your techniques or learning a new skill. It's about growth. It's about finding out what excites you, what moves you, and what truly defines your style. If you never step outside of your comfort zone, you will never know what's possible. And sure, not every experiment will work out, but even the ones that don't teach you something valuable. In the end, trying something new is always worth it. That doesn't mean it will always be easy. In fact, it's usually not. But every time you take a risk, you're giving yourself the chance to grow. You're opening up possibilities you might never have considered otherwise. And the best part, when it works, it's the most rewarding feeling in the world. So if you're working on something right now and you feel stuck, or if you've been thinking about trying a new technique but you're scared it might not work out, just go for it. Be bold, be curious, give yourself permission to explore. Even if it doesn't turn out the way you imagined, you will learn something that will make your next piece even better. Thanks for hanging out with me today and listening to my thoughts and experimenting and trying new things. I hope this inspires you to step out of your comfort zone and take some great risks. Let me know in the comments if you ever tried something completely different in your art and how it turned out. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.